Hello all, welcome to an unrelated tutorial, and today we're going to show how to make a shotgun. So usually when there's a shotgun, for example, usually you have the player character over here holding an item, and usually the bullets have an inaccuracy that goes something like this. There's a random inaccuracy which shoots out the pellets, and today we're going to go over how to do that. So first thing is, you press Ctrl Space to open up your content browser, and you go into your third person character, which is where everything will be done. So what the first thing is you do is, we have to set up a line trace. So what I'm going to do is just get any key component, and I'm going to set it to just E. I have a bug of Unreal where I can't use left click, so I'm just going to use E for now. So what we first want to do is set up a line trace. So we get a line trace by channel, and we reference it out of the follow camera, or whatever camera you guys have. So we get the get world location of the camera, we plug it into the star, so it will start at the camera over here. Next thing we're going to do is get the forward vector of the camera. I don't know why I made a duplicate, but we get the forward vector, so we get which way is forward on the camera, and we multiply it, and we have to convert this into a float, and then you multiply this by how far you want the range of the weapon to be. So for me, I'll put 2,500 for now. And then we add those values together. So this is pretty much the standard line trace that most people will use. And the way you get the inaccuracy is you press plus over here. And I'm actually going to make this into a function. So over here, you scroll down to your blueprints, and then you add a new function event. And I'll call this bullet deviance. So one thing I also like to do is drag it out here and turn this into a pure cast. So what a pure cast does is turn it into pretty much, it doesn't have an input or an output, it just takes the value. So if we add a return, what we could do is add a vector at the end. Let's call this bullet, and we can just connect it like this. So after going back inside, let's delete this for now. So we want a value to determine the deviancy. So usually you would have this inside a blueprint, but for now I'm just going to make it here. So I'm going to call this bullet accuracy. That should do. And I'm going to set this to around 20 for now. Values are, of course, however much you guys are going to play around with it. But it's giving me errors. Oh, because it doesn't have a return. That should, just ignore that for now. So what you got to do is take this, and pretty much what we're going to do is take this and get a random float inside the range. So the minimum being the bullet, and the maximum, sorry, the other way around. Maximum is being the bullet, and then what happens is you multiply by -1. So we get that, but reverse it. So we'll get from 20 degrees to 0 degrees, essentially. Let's clean it up a bit. So this is taking a random position inside. So taking it, for example, like here to down here. It's just going to pick a random number between those values. Then you multiply it 3 times. You just copy and paste it. So Control C, Control V. And make a vector. So I like to make it a vector just because it's easier when plugging all 3 pins. And then in the return, we drag it right on there. And if you don't know, if you drag it onto the return node, it makes it automatically. So what you do is, I'll type in bullet just to keep it organized and save. So what you want to do is plug it into the plus, into the world location forward vector. And then now you have this. So let's see for duration. Let's see how this looks in game. And it isn't working for some reason. So let's check again. Oh, yeah, here's the issue. So for the shotgun, we are doing just one single trace. So what we're going to do is a for loop over here. So let's give us some more space. And you want to set the first index to 1. So the first time it's going to do it once. And the last index to be amount of bullets. Amount of bullets. So we convert that into a parameter. And we set this to, let's say 10 for now, just to exaggerate how much we can see. So if we hit play and hit it, you can see it is now slightly random. But of course, it's not random enough. So what I'm going to do is turn this up to 100. See how that looks. That's more of like a sort of shotgun, I assume. Here we are. So it starts off from a single point and it spreads out. And of course, the more you turn up its value, the more it's going to get exaggerated. So let's turn it to 250, for example. Boom. So now it shoots the traces randomly within an area. And if you hit it multiple times, you can see it is random. So it's not doing the same one each time. But it's going to be inside a 20 or unit square or whatever you set it as. So yeah, that's really quickly how to make it. How to make a shotgun. So you just do this and then plug it in. So you can have like a little stat sheet for this. And then just put accuracy of how inaccurate you want it to be. And then this you just keep as how many bullets. So if you only want to shoot one that is inaccurate, you set this number to 1. But yeah, thank you.